What's good? I'm Tech Corey, and today let's get into this newer LCD field monitor, right? And the reason I'm going with this field monitor is because it's 7 inches and it's bright, right? 200 nits of brightness, so that's why I got it to get a bigger setup, and it got a lot of good functions with it, right? So let's check it out. So here's the box right here, what you get, just like that. You look at the back of it, just information. But right here, F700 field monitor. So let's unbox this and show you why, explain why. But if you go right here on this side of the box, it breaks it down. 1920 by 1080, 7 inches, HDMI. It has a 160-degree visual angle. It's touchscreen, got 9 languages, RGB, a marker, peak, and all that good stuff, right? So that's what we're working with on that part of it. So here's the box, getting this open. Boom, you get this right here. And this is what we're working with. Right when we get this open, you can see here packed very neatly and very well packed. And this is the actual monitor, right? So here's your monitor. Looks really good. You got the screen protector on there now that you can take off or leave on. So this is the monitor. Looks good, feels good in the hand. It feels really good and got decent weight to it. So let's see what else comes in the actual box, right? So here we go on that. Boom, you pull this out. This is just all your paperwork. So this is your monitor, paperwork, all of that. You know me, I don't read, so we're gonna just wing it and figure out what we're working with, right? So here you go. You got some batteries right here. Battery. We'll get into how that works in a second. So battery and battery right there. You got your mount, which this is good that it comes with an actual mount, so you can mount it to your camera, so you don't have to pay for an extra mount. So that's actually a cool thing. You get the hex drive with it there. This is your mount, and this thing can, yeah, it's cool here. So you got everything here with your mount, and this can go move around and all of that. So we'll put that on in a second. Then lastly, this must be our cables right here, right? So it comes with everything you need to use it. So I think you're covered on that part. So let's check these different cables out. So here you got 3 cables. You got this here is the USB-A. So we're good there. This right here is going to be HDMI, the USB-A. This is the micro HDMI. This is USB-A to USB-C. And then this here is another USB-A to C right here. So you got plenty of cables to charge this, to use this, and so on and so forth, right? So what we're going to be wanting to use is going to be the HDMI to HDMI, because that's what my camera will have. So we'll put all these other cables to the side for now, because I don't think we're going to actually need those, right? So here's your cable right here. And it's a good cable here. So HDMI, HDMI. So that's what we're going to use when we connect that to the actual camera, right? So we're covered so far on that part. But getting back to the actual monitor, you can put these NPF batteries on the back just like this. So you're good if you want to be the ultimate portability. You just basically put these batteries on the back. If I can slide that into place. And doing something wrong here. There we go. In the place now. So yeah, you can put your batteries on the back just like that if you want to go batteries on the back, and you can just push that button to get it off. But easy to put on. But again, like I said, I don't read. I just put them on and go from there. So you got your 2 batteries there on the back side here. So pull those to the side. When you look at the bottom right here, we got headphone, we got 8.4, we got our USB-C right there, which is 5 volts. We got our quarter 20 mount. We got an SD card slot, right? And this SD card slot is going to come in handy because we can put some custom LUTs on here, right? So we got that, and on the sides you got another quarter 20, depending on how you want to actually set this up and use it. You can put it multiple ways. And on this side you got a DC 12, and you got the HDMI input and output right there. And at the top you got all your menu buttons here. So you got power, menu, and all of that, right? So you can set that up and view everything from there. But as you look at this right here, this thing is set up pretty well. And then this is your mount right here if you want to put your mount on at the bottom, depending on how you're going to set this up. But putting it on the camera, you just basically thread this in right here, and then boom, you're all set, right? So not hard to set up, easy. Everything's here. The hardest thing I had was just not putting the battery in, right? But that's easy to go from there. But this is your whole setup with the monitor, right? So we're going to put some power on this thing and then actually connect it and see what we're working with, right? So I don't know if these are charged out the box or not, so I'm just going to actually run some power to this, right? So the bottom right here, you see it has the in right there with the 5 volt right there. So we're going to try to put some power in there, and we're going to try to power it on. As you can see, the light comes on right there. So we're just going to power this up and see what happens there, right? So we put a little power on there, and then I get my camera. As you can see, it's lighting up. I'm going to connect this to my camera. I got a Sony A7 IV right here that we're going to actually connect this to, right, and see what we're working with. So we're going to get camera here. As you see right here, Sony camera, we're going to put HDMI to that, and then boom, so turn that around, and then we're going to actually put this right here on the inside. So now we got camera connected, and we're going to see what happens here. And this is touchscreen, so let's see, make sure I got these in the right spots. Turn the camera on. And this is all real time, so you see exactly what I got here and what I'm working with. So here we go. Plug that all the way in. And now, there we go. Voila. We're all connected, right? So as you can see here, I got the Sony camera there all set up, and it's just randomly pointing at something, which we'll keep it right there so you can see it actually pointing. And now when you're on the screen right here, if you look at the top right here, you got your different buttons to set your menu. And when you go on your menu here, this thing is all touchscreen, so you can touch whatever you want to touch. So whatever you want to do, if you want the histogram, you want the audio meter. So if you want audio meters on, which I personally like to have audio meters on, you can have that on, off, whatever. Your histogram for your brightness, your peaking, whatever you want on, off, you can easily control all within that, right? So that's that. So if you go here, you go to the top, you can just keep pushing the buttons here. So this plus minus lets you go through that if you don't want to use the touch screen. So when you go to the set menu, you can push the menu to go to different like the displays you want on the screen, which is pretty cool there. So let's back out of this, and this is just your main screen, so you can see exactly what you're working with there with no problem, right? So now looking at the top here, you got the different buttons here if you want to set different buttons. So you got the false colors that you have there if you want peaking on off. So you got custom buttons there, and this is your marker for your center marker. You can make that whatever color you want. So center mark right there being red is pretty cool, so we can see that we're actually centered, right? So now if you go back and you just hold the menu button down here, and you can get to the full menu, right? So this thing here is, like I said, packed with plenty of features. As you can see, the screen is very bright, right? So it has the 200 nit screen. It's touchscreen with the auto backlight on there. So you can't really go wrong with that, right? So let's just go through some more of these settings here. So I hold the menu button down. And there, as you can see with the menu button, you right here, you got your exposure assist right here. And if you want your false colors, if you want your zebras. So when you go back to false colors here, you can actually pick which ones you want. If you want spectrum or if you want ARI, which I use ARI. So I can right there have my false colors. Also, when you go click your zebras, you can now adjust your zebras whatever way you want your zebras if you actually use the zebras. So you can adjust that to whatever you want. You got your histogram there, waveform, vector scope. So you have all of that all within the exposure control, right? So now if you go down, you got your focus composition. So you got your center mark if you want on. If you want, with me, I like to use this the safe area. So if you want your safe area on, as you can see right there, I just turn the safe area on, and you can change the colors for if you want the center mark to be red and you want your safe area to be green, or whatever color scheme you want that to be under, you can use that so you can actually have that set up. And for me, gotta have the grid lines on, so you can choose your grid lines here for whatever way you want your grids, if you want the 2x2 or if you want the 3x3. And so 3x3 is pretty good. And the cool part here is that you can change those to whatever color you want. So you can see, all right, I know one color is one color, right? And then audio meters here, you can close or open your audio meter. So I like to monitor my audio. And so you're all set and covered when you go right there to covering your audio. So now you have your custom LUTs, right? So you got custom LUTs that's in here, you got user LUTs that's in here, and you got custom LUTs right there. So you can easily add LUTs. So if you want to open this up right here, you click open, you can push the down arrow, and then it's going to let you go through all whatever LUTs you have on. And they got some preloaded LUTs on there, which you're good with the preloaded LUTs if that's what you're into. But a cool part is you can add your own custom LUTs to this, right? And so this is if you got an SD card, all you got to do is put your LUTs on your SD card. So I got an SD card right here, and all I have to do is just insert my SD card in here, and now I can have the data from that coming into that from my SD card. So I'm good and covered with my SD card, being able to put anything, my custom LUTs on there. Or I can use the pre-configured ones that are actually on here if that's the route that I want to go, right? So going back to the menu, that's right there with that part. With the LUT configuration, you got your display settings right here. You got your aspect ratio. You got 16.9 is what I typically use this at, or you can just leave it at auto. You can do the display flip, you can do the zoom, you can do all of those things. But as you can see, as I'm doing all this stuff, this touchscreen is very responsive. And even if I want to zoom in just like that, I can zoom in, zoom out, and I can even close the zoom. So you're good on all those parts right there. So that's your display settings. And then if you just go down last to your system configurations, and you actually got shortcuts here. And if you want to reset things, you can easily reset it. And you're all set. And this is just your colors right here for your colors, your color temperature. So you got brightness, sharpness, contrast, saturation there, your color temp, whatever you want that to be at. The backlight is all right here if you want it on auto or on standard. You got sound if you're using sound through this, and you got your hotkeys that you can set those to whatever you want them to be. And if you ever get updates, you can easily just put the updates through your SD card and you're all set. And then lastly, it got this status here that just shows you the status of everything. So we're using HDMI. Frame rate is 24, the 1080, the color temp, the volume, and all of that good stuff, right? So you can easily go through all of that, and you can see right here, this thing is easy to actually use and set up. And if you want to just put this here, I got my Sony camera here, and let me just show you if I pull this off, I can just set this up just right here and put it actually in the actual cold shoe spot set here. And it just pushes right into place, and then you just lock this down, and just like that, you got it set on your cold shoe if you want it there. I got a cage on my camera, so I can mount it right here at the top with a quarter 20, or I could put it in a Sony hot shoe, but I leave this open because I like to use my hot shoe for mics and things like that to go directly into the camera. But you can put it in a quarter 20 there, or you can leave it right here on the side where it's at. But if you look at this 7-inch monitor, it's great brightness, packed full of features. You can't go wrong with this. And even with the mount here, you can easily adjust this mount. And if you don't want to get it to your liking, or you can use this actual hex key that comes with it to set it up the way that you actually want it. But if you look at this, doesn't add any extra bulk to your camera, but it gives you that bright screen with 7 inches, right, of a monitor. So you really can't go wrong, and you can just customize this and set this the way you want it to be set. But I got it just because of the screen, the features, the 7-inch screen, and it's packed, like I said, packed full of features, 7-inch screen, and the brightness, right? So I got it for that. But hey, check it out for yourself. But this right here is the F700 field monitor by NEEWER. So check them out.